I really was excited after last night, the draft lottery. The Sixers finally get a little bit of luck to go their way. I was standing at a bar prior to going out to dinner last night. I fully expected that the Sixers were going to lose that pick. I couldn't keep up with what was actually happening because there was no sound. They had the captions. And I saw, I guess, what Kevin Nagandi said about how the Sixers had lost that pick. And I was like, well, of course they did. And then I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, well, hold on a second. Oklahoma City's logo should be up there, and it's not. So then what the hell happened? And then I started piecing together, oh, okay. The Sixers didn't lose that pick. They end up in the top 4. And when I didn't see them get picked at 4 and I saw Charlotte instead, I went, oh, maybe we're getting a little bit of karmic payback here. We're getting a little bit of some good karma for the Markelle Fultz thing not working out, and Jahlil Okafor not working out, and Ben Simmons not working out. And I still don't know what to make of Cooper Flagg. And I was listening to ESPN this morning while getting ready. And there are certainly a lot of people who believe that Cooper Flagg is going to be a can't miss prospect. The debate today on TV, on First Take, on Get Up, was about whether or not you would see Dallas trade Cooper Flagg, trade the number 1 overall pick to try to go after Giannis, which to me would be absolutely insane. But there could be some logic to it. I don't know. If I were a Mavs fan right now, I think you just kind of feel good about the fact that the NBA very clearly rigged the draft lottery in your favor. Like, make no mistake about it. When you look at what happened, the Mavs, they complete this really boneheaded trade where they don't canvass the league. They trade away their generational talent in Luka Doncic. They bring in Anthony Davis, who can't ever stay healthy. So you're like, all right, well, we know on the surface, it's a terrible move. Now, if you wanted to make the argument that Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving are at least quasi-redundant, I guess you could try to make that case, although they played well together. And you go, all right, well, they need a big. Anthony Davis fits the mold. Cool. Maybe you feel like for some reason it does make you a better team. Maybe you really were that worried about Luka Doncic's ability to play defense. And he certainly got hunted again this postseason. It's a big part of why the Lakers are not playing any longer. But when you look at that trade on the surface, you go, it doesn't make any sense. And then when Dallas won the draft lottery last night, and if you zoom out now and you look at it and say, all right, Dallas trades Luka Doncic to the Lakers without checking in with any other teams. They trade him to the Lakers. The Lakers get their big guy that they can build around going forward, whether LeBron James returns or not, whether LeBron is there for 3 more years or just 1 more year. The Lakers have their big marketable guy in Luka Doncic. And the Mavs walk away with Anthony Davis and Cooper Flagg. And when you look at it on aggregate, you say, all right, it's still not a great trade, but it is good to go from trading generational talent, Luka Doncic, to having a guy that some believe is the best can't-miss prospect in probably about a decade. I still don't know what to make of Cooper Flagg because I don't watch that much college basketball. And I've seen people kind of go 2 ways on it. And like maybe the idea is that his floor is the highest, right? And so if you go back to the Markelle Fultz draft and the Jason Tatum draft, the ceiling on Jason Tatum wasn't viewed as that high, but the floor was much higher than the other players. The constant thought was that Jason Tatum was the most NBA-ready prospect coming out of that draft, which gave me the heebie-jeebies because if you remember, in the Evan Turner draft and the John Wall draft, the belief was that Evan Turner had the highest floor, was the most NBA-ready prospect. So anyway, the Sixers don't get Cooper Flagg. Now there's the name Ace Bailey's been throwing around, and there are certainly some other guys that might be in consideration at number 3. Could Nico Harrison shock the world and take somebody else entirely? Maybe. Is there any chance Cooper Flagg falls to number 3? Cross your fingers for a navicular bone break, right? No, I'm just kidding. But no. So Cooper Flagg is going to be your number 1 overall pick. The Sixers get to keep their pick. They're there at number 3. It is a win scenario for the Sixers. It is probably the best outcome they could have had coming out of the draft lottery last night. So if you want to thank your lucky stars, if you want to say the Flyers' misfortune in the draft lottery the week prior ended up giving a little bit of good karma to the Sixers, I would say good on you. So the Sixers are going to add another nice young piece to the team going into next year. They unfortunately are going to continue employing Daryl Morey to run basketball ops, which is an absolute unmitigated disaster. It has been to this point. It will continue to be so. And you have to hope that Joel Embiid's going to come back and look anything like MVP Joel Embiid. And there was a quote going around that Daryl Morey said that if Joel Embiid returns, he's going to be great. Like he's going to be back at it better than ever. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll see. Paul George, who can't stay healthy, we're just going to apparently believe that Paul George is still worth building around, and they're not going to canvass the league for any potential trade suitors. So that's exciting as well. So you just have a bunch of young dudes and then a few of the old dudes that are going to hold the whole thing back.